Black folk, let me make sure I get this straight. You want to cancel Janet Jackson, Michael's little sister, in the same month that Tito died. You want to cancel Penny from Good Times. You want to cancel a cultural icon that we grew up with, that we know for certain is black. We know the whole family, from the father to the mama to the brothers and sisters, even some of the cousins. You want to cancel her over some Johnny-come-lately chick that you know didn't come from a black mama, whose father's questionable. Y'all done lost y'all's minds.
So they want to cancel a black woman who is questioning a woman that never claimed to be black, now claiming to be black. What is going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys all being here. You're watching Modern Renaissance Man. I am Ty Smith. Thank you for taking your time out your day to view this content. Make sure that if you are following me, that you're following me on all the platforms you see above and the ones below. Also, I know I always ask this, but it's imperative that you do it. Click the thumbs up button. And all this is going to mean is that YouTube is going to consistently recommend my videos, my content to you. Last but not least, which I told you guys, and I thank y'all for even doing it. Double check to make sure that you are subscribed, because you guys responded like I knew you would by saying, Ty, I did what you said and I couldn't believe it. I was unsubscribed from your channel. I told y'all. It's happening to a lot of folks like mine, a lot of channels like mine rather. But anyway, so if y'all haven't heard yet, this is wild. I know y'all seen my guy at the beginning of this. Shout out to my guy, The Angry Man. I would recommend you guys go check him out on Instagram. He's on YouTube as well. Puts out a lot of great content. Definitely is somebody that I will go to as a resource in regards to a lot of things that might be going on, urban, hip-hop type stuff, things like that of the sort, and other interesting conversations. He's a huge anime fan. Very good channel. I recommend The Angry Man. Seriously, all right? So shout out to my guy, The Angry Man. All right, so y'all all saw the beginning of this, and you all most likely seen the title here. And it's amazing how they can get people. For one, this is going to be interesting. I'm sorry, I'm trying to slow down. So many thoughts going through my head. It's going to be interesting if any white people, I'm just being honest, have anything to say about this. Because if anybody be like, who is Janet Jackson to tell Kamala Harris that she's not black? If you're a white person, you saying that to a black woman, just don't. Just don't. But Ty, I get it. I'm trying to help you. Especially you white liberals and you snow cone color hair social justice warrior people. Don't get in this. Let this be a fight amongst black people, real black people. Like, I know. Anyway, let's get to it, because I can feel some of y'all getting mad already. Ty, I can't believe you're saying that. Why would you? I'm trying to help you. If black people are going at it with other people who claim to be black, stay out of that. Y'all had no problem with that lady who was in the NAACP, white woman, completely white, and she got ousted because she thought, and she claimed that she was black. And she came from two white parents. And black people called her out. I didn't see no white people getting in there and going, wait a minute, black people, y'all need to let us discuss. Stop it. I'm trying to help y'all. Not saying that y'all can't have your own opinion, whatever about this, but my point is, stay out of this particular fight is all I'm saying. Because you're going to end up getting hit. Because you jumping in something that ain't got nothing to do with you. You've been warned. Anyway, Janet Jackson's Kamala Harris remarks, it sparked backlash. Big time. Okay? Y'all can see this right here with your own eyes. Singer and actress Janet Jackson recent remarks about Vice President Kamala Harris' racial identity has sparked backlash online. Harris, who became the Democratic nominee by force, not by y'all choices, and she wasn't, picked through the primaries or anything like that. She was just put there. She was placed there. Y'all cry about this whole democracy thing, and they literally undermined y'all democracy by putting Kamala Harris there when the American people didn't vote for her to be put in that position. Anyway. Says that, however, as both candidates aim to reach voters in the black community, Harris' racial identity has become a consistent talking point, as she, if elected, would be the first black American woman and the first South Asian American to be president of the United States. Harris, who has long expressed pride in her heritage, being a biracial woman, was born to Indian and Jamaican immigrants. She is the daughter of a Jamaican father and Indian mother. I can tell y'all all this already. We already talked about this. She has said that her mother deliberately raised her and her sister as black because of how the world would see them. I'm going to tell y'all why I'm calling lies on that right now. Growing up in the era that Kamala Harris grew up in, if your children came out, which they are, looking completely Indian, why in the world would you put your kids in that position? Tell me I'm going to raise them as black children. Why would you do that? And then the whole lie that Kamala Harris told, like, my mom was like, what do you want? My mom, one time, we were walking, and she was pushing me in a stroller, and she said, Kamala, what do you want? And I said, freedom. She told a goddamn on lie, plagiarized that from somebody else's, I think it was Martin Luther King or somebody. She plagiarized that from somebody else's story, plain and simple. My point is, I don't care who you are. There are stories out there right now of women and men who were born to biracial parents during the 40s and 50s, but they looked so white and had the white characteristics and everything, even the hair texture, that they remain that way. Y'all can find these stories online right now. Don't believe me. One of the women was on a talk show. When y'all see her, she looks like a white woman. Her mom was biracial. Her dad knew that her mom was biracial, but everybody thought that was a white woman, so it was cool. So my point is, why would you risk your kids going through all that hell, going through racism, going through the hate, the prejudice, the discrimination? Why would you do that when your kids literally look like Indian kids? And you saying that they're black? I don't believe that story at all. I don't believe anything she's saying at all. I'm calling a lie on that. Anyway, in an interview with The Guardian Saturday, Jackson, the younger sister of singer Michael Jackson, spoke about her career, family, election, as she was asked by Noshin, LB, I don't know what that is, guys, host of The Guardian's Today Focus podcast, about Harris being on the verge of being voted the first black female president, in which Janet Jackson said, well, you know what they supposedly said, she's not black. That's what I heard, that she's Indian, her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. She coughed. Then she said, I was told that they discovered her father was white, Jackson said. Whoever this interviewer pushed back and said, Harris has dual heritage. I say, and given this moment, does Jackson think America is ready for her? This is what the interviewer said. The interviewer said, Harris has dual heritage. I say, and given this moment, does Jackson think America is ready for her? Jackson, however, distanced herself from the question, said, I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to answer that because I really, truthfully don't know. I think either way it goes is going to be mayhem. I think there might be mayhem either way it goes, but we'll have to see. So she's saying whether Trump wins or whether Kamala Harris wins, she's saying she thinks it's going to be mayhem. Since Jackson remarks, some have taken to X, formerly known as Twitter, to criticize the singer for not being informed before speaking on the issue. Some users, Leah wrote, Janet Jackson is one of the most influential people in music history. It was simply irresponsible of her to repeat something she heard regarding the very thing that she used against Kamala, her own race. How? See what I'm saying? What do you mean her own race? She's not her own race. Y'all heard what my guy said in the beginning. We know that Janet Jackson's father is black. Her mother is black. They have black children. Black children. Kamala Harris' mom is Indian. Kamala Harris' dad is Jamaican, but there's a caveat in there. He claimed that he is not black, is what the father said, according to what Judge Joe Brown said. He said that he's Indian. Now, folks, I showed y'all a video plenty of times about the girl that won The Voice. She is from Jamaica. Got the accent and everything. Talk patois, but her mom and dad, Korean, but they're in Jamaica. Her mom and dad speaks just like Jamaicans, the whole nine. But they are Asian. There's an Asian community in Jamaica, whether they consist of Indians, whether they consist of people from Korea, China, no matter what. There is a population of folks that are there, that are born there, that speak just like Jamaicans. You see this woman, you wouldn't look at that woman and say, she black. The point is, I get that Jamaica is a black country. 76% of Jamaica is black. But don't just assume just because somebody was born in Jamaica that they're going to look just like me. Nah. Anyway, so for this woman to say the very thing they use against Kamala, her own race, Kamala is biracial. We are less than 50 days away from this election. We got to talk smarter, somebody said. Journalist Yashar Ali wrote on X, it's clear that Janet Jackson has been reading things in the dark corners of the internet that makes me very sad. How is that clear? TV host and ex-user Brandon Pope TV wrote, we have misinformation crisis in America, and it's been created and fueled with intention to sow distrust. It's unfortunate to hear such high-profile person like Janet Jackson parodying it, but it's a reminder of how far-reaching it can get. Meanwhile, ex-user Asaf Khalif commented, still love at Janet Jackson. Jackson's remarks come after Trump caused outrage. It didn't, like, see, this is how they word things. They're making it seem like Janet Jackson made these remarks after Trump caused outrage. No, she was having an interview. She answered the question accordingly. She said she heard. Now, yeah, it might be some missteps in there. Again, she heard. She said, now, I was also told that her dad is, it comes out lately that her dad is white. See, instead of doing what interviewers should do, what the interviewer should have did is like, well, if you can't talk about it, say who it was, who did you hear this from? Because I'm being told that her father is, in fact, he was born in Jamaica, but he's not black himself. He said that he identified as Indian himself, according to Judge Joe Brown, which you can see in that interview. Boom, that's my source. Do it like that. But instead, the interviewer and the people in here are saying like, well, look at Janet Jackson. Look what she did. Janet Jackson said she heard this. This is what she was told. She said, I've been watching TV. She told you. So it's not like she's saying, I did my own research. I looked at it and I discovered. She's just saying it's based off of what she was told. And what makes this really interesting, some of y'all believe Kamala Harris is black. Why? Because she told you? You believe that she's Indian. Why? Because she told you? So what's wrong with that? She said it out of her mouth. But the reality is she's not black. She's not Indian. She's biracial. Period. Now they want to call her Kamala Hernandez because how she was up there. I'm not even gonna get into it, y'all. She spoke and tried to have a Spanish accent. It was oh y'all, you can only imagine how it was. It was pure cringe. Anyway, they're going back to what Trump said. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person. His comments have been condemned by many, including White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. During a briefing with reporters, Jean-Pierre said former president's question of Harris' racial identity was repulsive and insulting. He didn't question her identity. See what I'm saying? Again, this is what I love about these people that just do these things like this. And you guys, the ones who want to come at Janet Jackson, what about what you're doing with Karine Jean-Pierre right now and what Karine Jean-Pierre did, huh? President Trump didn't question it. He said, I don't even care. I'm just telling you what she said. She says she's Indian, and the next minute she's saying she's black. And y'all getting pissed off at Trump for that? I would do the same thing. What you gonna say to me? I didn't know. Kamala Harris all this time has been known as being an Indian woman. The stuff in California, the videos, my Indian heritage, Asian heritage, all of a sudden now you want to talk about being black. Why? Oh, I know it's convenient because it's an election year and you got to find some way, some shape, form, or fashion to pander to Negroes is what you're doing. And black folks, it's a shame that y'all accept anybody that got a drop of blackness in them, and all of a sudden, they're fully black. Not just black skin color, but they're black culturally too. Then y'all want to scream about racism, having no idea that that ideology, that rhetoric, that narrative literally is the playbook from white supremacists. White people that are supremacists or that white supremacist ideology says, if you have even a drop of Negro's blood in your system, you ain't a part of us white folks, you black. And now y'all want to sit up here and y'all want to adopt that. Y'all just want to welcome that type of rhetoric in with open arms, yet you want to cry racism on certain. Y'all, please, anyway. Y'all, let me know what y'all think of this by doing this right here. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave me a comment to let me know what y'all thoughts are on this. Double check to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Last but not least, get into those cell phones, y'all. I'm telling you, you have to do this part. If there's people that you know, friends, family, associates, that would benefit from watching content like this, let them know about it and just tell them to sub to the channel. Let me know when they do it, all right? Catch y'all in the next one. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.